Police are looking for a man who ran away after robbing a store.
Crucial development, Bob. Police have just dispatched a sketch of this.
Oh, man.
Officers have now arrested the suspect moments ago.
It really looks just like... Police are looking for a man who ran away after robbing a store.
Crucial development, Bob. Police have just dispatched a sketch of this.
Oh, man.
Officers have now arrested the suspect moments ago.
It really looks just like... Police are looking for a man who ran away after robbing a store.
Crucial development, Bob. Police have just dispatched a sketch of this.
Hello the English speakers and welcome to Not the Maple. So these are not the flyers that the seeds are attached to, but you see some fruit here. And this is a linden or a lime, and these fruits are attached to something that looks very similar to the maple, but they are very different trees. Today we'll talk about infinity and great math and some AI, and X should be shut down for the good of humanity, and some other news and follow-ups. But let's start by taking a big deep breath. We are on the little Milky Way, or Lilla Vintergatan. You know that you can't get kidney stones if you drink more than about 2 liters per day. I cannot get kidney stones. I drink way too much to ever get that. But my cousin and my aunt get it sometimes. This awful disease that is caused by lack of beer, basically. And there are many other reasons that I eat eggs and stuff, so I don't eat super healthy that I should do, but kidney stones is not one of my problems, definitely not. So if you sum up all the infinite amounts of reasons that I don't get kidney stones, if you sum that up, it will end up that I have 1 divided by 12 chance of getting kidney stones. And if you don't get that, you can ask Ramanujan. Ramanujan is a mathematician, and he was famous for adding up all numbers from 1, 2 and up to infinity, and then he got it to minus 1 divided by 12, because that makes sense in infinity lunatic heaven. So unfortunately he is in the infinity now, it's a little bit hard to find him, because there are an infinite amount of different infinities, so I guess only he himself can find him in that infinity at the moment. But there are great mathematicians still alive, almost at least. He's very old. This mathematician is called Donald J. Trump, and he's explaining prices here, and he could explain that he has gotten the prices down on drugs with 400 and 500% and even 600% lower prices. So if you know anything about what that means, that you will get paid 5 times for buying something. This makes sense, actually. Trump wants to get his message out, so he could say something like, no, I lowered the prices with 60%. But then the news will just spin it and ignore it, I think. That's not spinning, that's anti-spinning. And they will, nothing happened. But now everyone who hates Trump will go out and say, haha, he is senile and he is dumb, and look what this means. And then they get out the message. I would never have heard that he had lowered the drug costs unless he had said it this way. That's why it was posted to me. So if you want your message out, if you do it a little bit wrong, then it spreads. And the first rule of persuasion is that you have to be heard first. And Trump is, of course, a little bit good at that. And great, thanks. I got a new founding subscriber to my Substack, so thank you very much. And you got some nice little tomte images. We call them tomtar. They are not like gnomes and they are not like Santa, but something in between. Swedish tradition. But this subscriber came from Brighteon, so I thought I should check out Brighteon AI, as I talked about other AIs yesterday. And Brighteon AI, it's free to use and it's open source. You can pay to get some extra things from them, but they have curated training data and they have some extra fact-checking. So AI built in the system, it can hallucinate and you get something that just isn't true. It's just totally made up, but it has some extra step that makes it always correct in its when it answers anything. So try out Brighteon AI, especially if you're searching and wondering something medical. So you know the story about X deleting my official Elftown account, and then they charged me 4,230 crowns because they are evil and it's not possible to contact X. Now they have updated their terms and services. So this is a video from Iconic that I can recommend if you want to know what X has turned into. So Grok will own all your data that you post there. So whatever, if you post your book or your music, whatever, it will be used by Grok to train on. If you post someone else's work, well, it will be used by Grok. Good luck suing X for using your stuff that someone else illegally were sharing there. And not only that, X can use your data not only for training Grok, but for whatever they want. So if you post it on X, it's not yours anymore. It will be spread, maybe said that someone else said it, etc. For any reason whatsoever. If you do not like what XAI are doing, you have to sue them in Tarrant County in Texas. So forget about having any other court. This court, that is probably totally owned by XAI, will, that's the only protection that you have. And you cannot go together with other people who have been raped by XAI. No class action lawsuit is allowed according to the new terms of services. And you can, exactly as they have done so far, you can get arbitrary terminated, deleted, and they can do basically whatever they want according to the terms of services. But if you manage to actually go to Tarrant and you actually win, you have to do that within a year, and otherwise it's null and void, and you can get compensated with $100 at the maximum. So if XAI is responsible for the Holocaust in Gaza, they will have to pay up $100. So that's what they are saying in their terms of services. Of course, there are other ways to attack X if they are, raping EU, and now I can only say that I want them banned, gone, because it's very hard for another platform. But if X is gone, another platform will have a chance, and this time we might actually select something, or the masses will select something that is trustworthy instead of whatever X has become under Larry Ellison, etc. Here is something that doesn't make sense. NVIDIA is building a campus in Israel, a big one, 10,000 people. Whenever I say a number, check on my Substack if that number is important to you. I often say numbers wrong, even though I've written them down, remember them correctly, but wrong number comes out of my mouth. That's just how it is, apparently, for reasons. So why is NVIDIA building a huge investment in a terrorist state that you can't trust? This is a huge unnecessary risk for them. Mossad will come there and, well, put evil stuff, spy equipment or terrorist things in their chips or whatever they are building. So that makes no sense. And Israel is now investing $145 million in their Hasbara, and this Hasbara money will go to AI companies, etc., and influencers, of course. But that is not the reason why NVIDIA is sucking up to Israel, because NVIDIA has a yearly income that is 1,000 times bigger than $145 million. So it still doesn't make any sense. And if you want to hear more things that makes no sense whatsoever, OpenAI sold their soul to Netanyahu for $6 million. They will let Israel make sure that their AI is thinking like a genocidal Jew. 6 million, yes, $6 million. There is something wrong in their heads, obviously. And I don't know what Netanyahu was thinking of either. He was buying the soul of OpenAI. He should know that Satan is not selling. When Satan has bought the soul, he's not selling. So if you want to sell a bridge that belongs to someone else, you can try with Netanyahu. He's buying everything, it seems, for other people's money, I assume. Julian Assange, if you want to read his criminal complaint against the Nobel Foundation, he has filed that in Sweden. So it's pretty much in Swedish. So we'll see what happens there. I think that will go like some complaints about XAI in Tarrant. What's it called that? Tarrant County in Texas. Of course, this will be handled by a similar useless court in Sweden, or maybe it will not even go to court. We will see. Orban is saying that European Union, they try to use the Russian assets to start a war with Russia. That's what Orban is saying. But Czechia, Slovakia and Hungary were not going to have any of that. And they said no and stopped it. But all the other EU countries, like Sweden, decided that they would give a huge loan to Ukraine. Why would they give a huge loan to Ukraine that can't repay it ever? So that's how they are stealing our money. And I will also remind people that USA is no longer paying to Ukraine. So this is only done by European Union and other European countries that are stealing the money from their taxpayers. More weird stuff. At Brown University, there was one who was a suspect, non-citizen, and suddenly he got Clintoned. So he was a suspect, and they say that he committed suicide. So that's very convenient, don't you think? And to add to that, there was another murder. It was an MIT plasma expert, Laureiro. And this Laureiro was murdered in his home in Brookline. And why would you murder someone in Brookline? That's dumb. It seems to have not been something like a burglary, but a targeted hit against him, and the reason must be his plasma research into fusion and stuff. Mossad, or Israeli officials, are saying that they will investigate this because they have found a link to Iran. Can you say any more clearly, why did Israel murder this scientist? I mean, they are starting to get very obvious, and maybe they did this as a false flag reason to attack Iran. That were probably more interested in what this scientist were about to discover than to make sure he didn't. Globalize the Intifada. What does it mean? It's illegal to say now in UK because the tyrants are going completely mad and should all be removed. What does it mean? It means that you should throw away or throw off the yoke that is holding you down, throw away the tyrants. The problem is that that's not how it's perceived by the tyrants. So if you do this global intifada, which means resistance everywhere, and it doesn't mean violence. The violence is situated in Palestine, where they have the enemy to shoot at, and the rest of the world is other kinds of resistance. But this resistance can change the narrative, and that's what the tyrants in UK are afraid of. Because if the narrative change and they used to support the good democracy, Jewish democracy, and suddenly they are supporting people who commit the Gaza Holocaust, and then that will end up badly for them. They are imagining that they will end up like Gaddafi, because that's logical as they see the people. I'm not saying that they are wrong or that they are correct, but that's what they fear, at least. Imagine yourself if you have followed one narrative and the narrative switches. So you were really good, you were a hero in the trans pride movement because you castrated all your children, and suddenly the narrative has changed and you are a freaking monster. So that's what they are afraid of. The changing narrative is really dangerous for tyrants. So that's why they are panicking and throwing basically everyone in prison if they are the least little wondering about the unholy narrative. You can also see Globalize the Intifada as it's time to unite. Everyone who has suffered under Jewish mass immigration, everyone who has suffered due to the Jews' wars, and all the Jews that are opposed of both those things. They can unite with us under our, should we call it, or at least my heathen Christian values. Why not call it that? That will piss some people off, I guess. I like to do that for reasons. I hope no one takes offense of my heathen Christian values. James Miller posted something interesting, and I started to think about how many creatures, humans or animals, that we are meeting, and we want to be friends, they want to be friends with us, and we are both pure creatures that are trustworthy, but one or both of us are scared of the other one, and therefore we miss a chance. And we might be scared because we are stupid, or because one of us are behaving scary. So I have one nice story. I saw a video, I don't know if this is true, but a trucker, very big, scary, with tattoos everywhere. He was trying to help a lady that were in serious trouble, so he helped her to fix car or whatever. And he noticed that, yeah, I might look scary. It went well this time. But now they have a network of truckers that wants to help and are trustworthy people, so that people don't have to fear them, basically. So in that way, you can overcome it by using different tricks. So tell me your tricks. How can you appear less scary when you aren't? And also, are people looking more scary than they should be? If just because they are Muslim terrorists doesn't mean that they have to be bad people, maybe, depending on situation. Marjorie Taylor Greene did her maybe last best thing in Congress. She managed to pass the Protect Children's Innocent Act. So this is against transitioning children. So this is on top of the Trump order, the, what is it called? The presidential decree. So that's great. What isn't great is that it passed with 216 against 211. Some Democrats, less than a handful, voted for, and 3 or 2 Republicans voted against it. I don't think, I haven't heard about it, that MTG put some poison pills in this bill. Sometimes they do this, and they present a bill that is like, be good and don't do anything evil, and they name it that, and then the bill actually contains a lot of very evil stuff. But that's not something that I can imagine MTG do. So 211 of these monsters that are in Congress, they want to sacrifice children to Satan. And that narrative has now switched, and they are all monsters. So that's bad. And of course, the criminal enterprise that is the Democratic Party is keeping the evil Republicans in charge. Tucker Carlson is speaking to the Turning Point USA. Amazing that he's allowed to do that. And he is not holding back when he is accusing the priests to spread evil. They are using the scriptures to motivate genocide. And that's evil, according to Tucker Carlson and everyone who is sane and not a liar. Finally, I just saw a photo of a fältjägare. So this is a Swedish ranger uniform from 1910. So this is a 1910 model. The photo must be newer than that, but it looks very warm and suitable for running around in the Swedish mountains. And his core, Jämtlands fjällkår. It's not badass. You might think it's very badass because they are, well, fighting in the mountains. No, they are bad elk, not a donkey. So they have an European elk as their symbol. And if you don't know that, they look like an American moose. Same animal, different name. But with that, see you again tomorrow.